guys, it's Lesbian Beauty here, and tonight, I am doing a coming out story for you guys. So, if anybody is struggling on how to tell their parents that they're gay or their friends, or if you just need some guidance because you're still in the closet and you're not sure how to come out yet, or if you just came out or you are out and you're still coping with being alternate, as people say, which is not alternate. This is people. We are human, and this is a lifestyle. I'm gonna tell you my story, and I hope it can inspire some of you all. And I'll try to not make this long, but I do want to make sure that I tell you every rough patch that I've went through and how I've handled it. So if you all want to see how I overcame my struggle, then keep watching. Okay, so I'm 25. I came out when I was 16. I knew I was gay when I was 15. Basically, what happened, I started to like a girl, okay? And I was like, this is what I've always thought, because when I was in like middle school, I would always want to be around all the girl basketball players, and for some reason I knew that they were gay. I just knew that for some odd reason it was just like, she's gay. I don't really know what gay is, but I know it's a thing, and she's gay and I like her. But I was just like, you know what, no, whatever, this is nothing. So let's fast forward to high school. High school's where it really got, this is where it really got real. So I met my best friend, who I've been friends with now since I was 15. We're still best friends. I didn't say anything to her. We were in class one day and we both had a crush on the same girl. And I got on MySpace, and we had MySpace because at our school we had laptops. So I got on there and I'm like, my best friend's name is Andrea. I'm like, Andrea, I like this girl. I'm not gonna tell you who the girl was, but she was like, I like her too. And we just had this gay moment together where we knew we were gay. Okay, we just knew that we were gay, and I was just like I have a crush on her. I even tried talking to this girl, but she didn't want to talk to me. And I was just like, okay, but I still like you though. So that is when I knew. That's when I knew I was gay. Like, that's when I knew I was like, alrighty, something is a little bit different. And I had always been very curious. So I would say to myself, oh, I'll just be with a girl for a couple months. I'll just date a girl. I'm not considered gay, because I struggled with that, because gay was just like, oh, you're not supposed to be gay. You're not this and you're not that. And I'm just like, advocate for gay now. I'm like totally an advocate for gay people now. But anyway, so I had ended up going to a different high school, and this is when I really knew that I was gay. This is like the icing on the cake though. This is when, I knew I was just like, okay, I'm ready to tell people. Like, I'm ready to start telling people that I think that I like girls. So I had started going to this school, and I always wanted to be around the gay people. So I met this girl, and I immediately had a crush on her. I was just like, oh my gosh, I like her, because I'm a Cancer, so I feel very, very deeply, very, very fast. And so I was just like, man, I like her. I have to have her. Oh my gosh. So, and I'm a shy girl. It might not seem like I'm a very shy person. So I go and I'm telling the girls that I'm cool with in school, I like her. See if she, see if she'll talk to me, see if she'll get my phone number. So by this time, it done got around the school that I like girls, and everybody's just asking me are you bi? And I'm just like, I mean, I guess, because I like girls. But I had sex with a guy to this day, and I didn't have sex with a guy or a girl at that time, but I just knew, I was like, I like females. Okay, so I get her phone number, and granted, I'm not out to my mother yet. Like, I am, still just everybody in school knows that, that I like girls or whatever, but I still kind of talk to guys, but like I said, I never did anything with guys like that or anything. So, I I had a guy who liked me though in high school, and the same high school, and I was still kind of, chatting with him or whatever, but my main focus was this girl. So it comes to the day where I tell my mama that I'm gay. Okay. We were headed to Walmart, okay, and I have the best mother in the world, okay. So I told her, I'm like, I think I like girls. I think I might be gay. Or I probably told her bisexual, because at that time, like, I hadn't written off boys, but I wasn't really into guys like that, but I still didn't write them off. So I was just like, I think I'm gay. And I cried, a little bit, because that's a very hard moment. You don't know what your parent is going to say. My mama was totally okay with it. She, shared it with a couple people, like, hey, my baby just told me that she was gay. And honestly, it was the smoothest selling ride, like, that I had ever had, except for when I told my daddy. So my daddy is a preacher or pastor or whatever you want to call it, because he is a hypocrite, but that's besides the point. We're gonna fast forward to I started messing with this girl, okay? So I started messing with this girl, and I was a side chick. That's the way to start off your gayness, being a side chick. But I was a side chick, and because I felt so deeply, so fast for her, when I finally had found out that she had a girlfriend, I was just like, you got a girlfriend? Oh, okay. And I was a side chick, and I'm just gonna put it out there like that. I was a side chick, but anyway, so okay, fast forward to Valentine's Day. So it's Valentine's Day. I'm talking about I am cute. I got on this red sweater. I'm all cute and things like that. And I go to school, and the girl is flirting with another girl. Okay, but she knew what it was, so she came to me. We was good the whole day. Well, my mom somehow convinced me to tell my daddy that I was gay, and I was like, all right, my daddy's coming to pick me up. I'm gonna talk to him about it. I'm gonna tell him about this. Well, womp womp womp, I'm telling my daddy, I'm like, so I have something to tell you. And I had my purse covering on my stomach, and he thought I was going to tell him that I was pregnant. I'm like, at this time I'm 16 now. I'm like, I'm 16. Like, no, I'm not pregnant. I ain't even had sex with a guy yet. Like, no, I'm good. And to be clear, like I said, to this day, I still haven't, and I don't want to. And so I'm, telling him, I'm like, I'm gay. I'm gay. I like girls. And I mean, he flips the script. He's just like, well, girls can do the same thing that guys do, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, look, your girl's a virgin, okay? The only thing that I've ever done with a guy, ain't been with his thing touching my thing. We good. Ain't none of that happened. And I hadn't had any, interaction with a female yet. I kissed her. But we hadn't did anything like that or whatever. And so, I mean, like, he wasn't very happy about that. So that's really when our relationship started to mess up. So I ended up going to a different high school. When I was 17, I ended up going back to my first high school, and I ended up meeting a girl like that summer. And I had asked my dad to take me over to her house, and he took me over there the first time. It was cool. He took me over her house and everything. And then I guess it dawned on him that, like, I'm really gay. So, like, he was like, I'm not never taking you over no girl's house again. Don't ask me. And I'm just like, every girl that I go over her house is not my girlfriend. And we just our relationship was like horrible. Like to this day, our relationship is still horrible. And you know what? I don't care because I am me, and this is who God created me to be. And if y'all leave in nasty comments, save yourself the trouble, because I'm past that stage. Like, I don't care what anybody has to say. Like, I'm me. This is who I was created to be. This is who I am as a person, and nobody is going to be able to change that. I mean, I've been ridiculed. I've been talked about. Guys in high school, they used to call me a waste. They used to call me a waste of a pretty face. And they didn't understand why I was gay, and they're disgusting. So I just basically, I just handled it with, this is who I am, I'm gay. And I went through, what do they call it, this state of conviction before. And I mean, to the point where like my daddy was like, yeah, you're gonna go to hell. And I'm just like, oh, I'm bawling my eyes out, and you're not even gonna comfort me. You're just gonna tell me, yeah, you're going to hell. And you know what? That was the day that I knew I no longer needed any negativity like that in my life. So what I did to cope with that, I cut every negative person out of my life. Like my mom, I never had an issue with her with being gay. My brothers kind of had to take to it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like had to adjust to it, but they never really said anything, you know, negative or out of the way. It's always been my daddy that was the issue. And I've come across, you know, the guys that always say, hey, you're gay. No, I bet you I can change you. I bet you I can do this. I bet you I can do that. Don't let nobody get in your head and think that you're not who you are. And some girls are bisexual. If you think that you are bisexual, that is totally okay if that's what you choose to do. I just feel like you should not let anybody influence you. Like, especially like with Trump and Prince in office, like they want to try to send you to like gay conversion camps and things like that. Don't even worry about any of that. Just be who you are. If you ever feel like you want to commit suicide, I'm going to make sure that I put the suicide number right down here just in case you ever need it, and the depression line, because I was depressed before. And because of this whole situation, I felt like nobody was going to love me, felt like nobody was going to like me or anything like that. And honey, I have came a long way, because you can't tell me nothing about being gay. I will fight you to the end of the earth if you disrespect my sexuality, if you disrespect gay people at all. And this is for guys too. If you are a guy, and guys have it much harder than women do, be you, honey. It is totally okay. There are gay people in this world, and guess what? There is a lot of us in this world. If your mama don't accept it, if your daddy don't accept it, in all honesty, I'm sorry, I think you just cut the negativity out of your life. But if you cannot do that, I advise you, try to have a sit down. Let them know, hey, you may not understand this, but for my sake, I need you to be here as a parent. I need you to, you know, just be there for me. Although that they may not agree, at the end of the day, your parent is supposed to accept you for who you are. And then when you're old enough to make the decision, if you want to snip them on out, get rid of them, because that's what I had to do. But my journey, it was rough for a little bit, because I had to go stay with my daddy for a little bit, and I had got out of a real rough breakup when I had to go stay with my daddy. And his wife told me to pray for a husband. And at that point, I was just like, I gotta go. I have to go, because this is not right. You cannot tell somebody something like that. So I wasn't feeling it at all. But what I mean, like, I prayed about it. I did. So if you're a prayer, I advise you to just pray for God to give you peace and happiness within yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. Nobody else is paying your bills. Nobody else has to live with you but you. So you need to be the happiest you that you can possibly be. And if you just so happen to be gay, you're gay. And there is absolutely nothing that anybody will be able to do to change that, unless you want to change it. But I'm just telling you, it gets easier. There are support groups for gay people. Okay? Like, for real, for real. I mean, just be yourself. Like, the way that I overcame it, like I said before, is I just prayed about it. My mother was there for support. So if you have friends, if your friend is your real friend, they are going to stick by you regardless of the fact. Like, they're gonna be there, and they're gonna help you through all of your gayness, and they're gonna be one of the best friends ever. Or they're either not gonna be meant to be your friend, because if you cannot call on your friend and confide in your friend in a time of need, then no, you don't need them. You don't need them at all. But that's about it. My coming out was fairly easy. I mean, like I said, I had some hard times and stuff like that. But overall, today, I'm very happy with who I am. I am still a lesbian, of course. And I didn't let anyone get in my head. I didn't let anybody change who I am as a person, who I am as a human being. So I would highly advise you all not to let anybody do that. So if you happen to watch my video and you need any type of support, if you need any type of, advice, what is my Snapchat? My Snapchat is Lesbian Beauty, the same as my YouTube channel, and I will link my Twitter below, because my Twitter name is a little bit different than my normal name, and I would appreciate it if you all could like, comment, and subscribe, and thumbs up. I hope this will help somebody, and let me know if it helped you. See ya.